This is the Spirit of Ecstasy coming to you again today with new videos every day, coming to you each and every day, or more than once a day, with great videos to tell you how you can be successful, how you can make the amount of money you want to make, have the house you want to have, gain your dream home, drive the car you want to drive, have the bank account you want to have. It's all in our level of acceptance. It's all in gaining the spirit of ecstasy. But you ask, how do I get the spirit of ecstasy? The spirit of ecstasy, that comes through your level of acceptance. And I gave you three acronyms that show you how you can go about getting the spirit of ecstasy. And this could be illustrated as follows. Do it this way to make it easy for you to remember. Awareness, that sun there means awareness. Awareness of the level of acceptance or the law of attraction, our level of acceptance of the law of attraction. Awareness that God is omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. And awareness that we coexist with God. These three awarenesses will produce the SOE, the spirit of ecstasy. When we really get that down deep now, as to what the law of attraction really means, and what the fact that God is infinite love, and His infinite love is omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient, and we exist alongside God now, in the future, and always have. Now, when it comes to love, we need to realize, I'll give you another little thing that you can write down and remember. We need to become fully aware that there is no limit to the power that scripted P is power and amount of scripted L is love, divine love. No limit to the power and amount of divine love which can express in our life and we can flow from us, can flow out of our lives like living water. John 7:38, he that cometh unto me, out of his innermost being will flow rivers of living water. There's no limit to that amount, and there's no limit to how much power it has. No limit to how much immortality is in it, except our level of acceptance. And that level of acceptance creates a law of attraction to draw all good things into our life. Now, what are some of the things that we can accomplish and that we can do when we get this spirit of attraction, spirit of ecstasy? When we get the level of attraction, when we get the law of attraction working in our lives, when we get the spirit of ecstasy flowing from us, we can radiate so much love and so much understanding and so much peace and so much joy and so much healing power that we can help any and everybody with any and all problems. We can draw any amount of prosperity and abundance into our life. We can have what we need to have and demonstrate and manifest what we want to desire. We can gain the ability to demonstrate the love of God consistently. We can find harmony and peace in our life, everyday living. We can prove that we are totally harmonious and totally free of all tendencies towards making false mistakes, tendencies toward falling into getting into the place where we cannot express the love of God, or falling into the place where we fall into disease and sickness and get into false thinking, negative thinking, lack of positive thinking. We become immune to these things because we have the spirit of total harmony and total peace and total love and total joy continually flowing through us every second. We gain a healing power that is beyond anything which anybody could imagine in their life up until this point, until they realize how great God really is. There's no way that they could know how great the healing power is, and so we imagine all sorts of things about healing. We imagine that God it's a hit and miss thing with God, that he decides moment by moment whether or not he'll heal a particular individual. I'll heal this one, but not this one. Maybe there's some reason it's not the will of God, that his will is to teach us something through causing us to suffer. We guess at all of these things like this when we don't realize that the healing power is flowing constantly from us all the time. The healing power is flowing as one uninterrupted river. It's flowing just like John 7:38 says, out of our innermost being will flow rivers of living water. And into it's the rivers of living water are in there ready to flow out, and that flow can be constant and uninterrupted, and healing power can come this time, next time, and every time. Healing power is just like God, the same yesterday, today, and forever. The ability to be healed is just like God, the same yesterday, today, and forever. The ability to receive love is just like receiving God, the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's no limit to the amount of love we can receive. Therefore, there's no limit to the amount of healing power we can receive. No limit to the amount of people we can heal. No limit to the amount of people that we can touch with our testimony. No limit to the amount of people that we can touch and uplift and bring out of their problems and their sorrows and unhappinesses. There's no limit to what we can do for God. There's no limit to how much love we can shed abroad. There's no limit to how much power we can shed abroad and how many things we can change. There's no limit to how much we can change the planet. There's no limit to how much we can shape shift our environment to better and better things, to a better and better environment, to a more loving world. There's no limit to how much leadership ability we can have. There's no limit to how much we can reach around the world and change things. There's no limit to how much we can spread the good news that everybody is free once they know they are, that everybody is lifted up in love and power and authority once they come to be aware and gain the level of acceptance of what God has given them, the level of love that God has shed towards them, the level of grace that God has given them in their life. By grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is a gift of God. Grace is a gift. Love is a gift. Healing power is a gift, but it's all given. It's all given and it all flows. It all flows. He that cometh unto me out of his innermost being shall flow rivers of living water. He that cometh to the truth. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. He that cometh to the way, the truth, and the life out of his innermost being will flow rivers of living water, rivers of living immortality, rivers of living healing power. It'll all flow once we come to the truth and the knowledge of the truth and lift our level of acceptance to receive the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And let us receive everything that God has for us. Then we'll be able to express the perfect will of God in our lives. We'll be able to express that with no suffering or pain or disease or sickness. We'll have the ability to rise out of whatever lack of belief we have and whatever lack of total health we have. We can rise out of it and walk in a total, erect, and free, and poised, and total power and position of strength, and carry out our jobs, and carry out our careers, and carry out our leadership abilities with strength and power and authority, and based on the power that we have within us, and we can achieve success in every endeavor that we decide to put our hand to. We can put our hand to a thing and it will come about. We can decree a thing and it will come about. We can decide a thing and it'll happen. We can start a thing and it'll be finished. We can put our hand to the plow and not turn back. We can put our hand to a plow that is immortal and will continue forever. We could start a thing and it'll always come to a happy fruition. We can set a goal and it'll always be achieved. We can think as big as we want to and it'll happen. We'll have an increasing expression of all good things in our life. We'll have an increasing expression of the fruits of the Spirit in our life, an increasing expression of all of the, if you might say, gifts of the Spirit, but it's all actually one gift. It's all given by the grace of God, and to everybody the same, and, dividing it out. It was a good thing in the scriptures to divide it out so that people could see all the things that the Spirit would do, but actually, there's no, God doesn't just dispense out to one person. One person has love, the other person has joy, the other person has the ability to be healed or heal, and another person has the ability to minister or serve or has the ability to go about happy and expressing love to others and drawing others to Jesus, drawing others to God, drawing others to understand the unlimited mind. No, it's actually all one gift of grace that is given to each and every one of us. We can achieve the power, and it's all in that water. Once that living water begins to flow, that's the reason why we don't realize that, because we don't always have that rivers of living water flowing to the extent that we need to. We don't stop and take time for meditation and reflection and ask the unlimited mind to begin to flow in us. And when we do that, we'll realize that all of these gifts are flowing in that water, and we have all these gifts to the exact extent of which our level of acceptance is. We take and rise our level of acceptance to the point of being able to receive the total package that God has for us. Don't pick and choose from God's gifts, but receive the whole package, and then you'll be able to be a total individual of freedom. Total freedom. Declare your freedom. Declare your freedom from anything that binds you. Declare your freedom from anything. You declare your freedom from drugs. Declare your freedom from alcohol. Whatever it is, a bad habit of any kind, just say, I declare my freedom, and I'm hereby let the rivers of living water begin to flow into my life, and I wash out all of those bad habits, all of those addictions, everything. The power that is in that rivers of living water is greater than any atomic bomb that's ever been devised or ever will be. It's greater than all the power in the world combined. It certainly has the power to wipe out any need for any particular drug or substance or alcohol or anything else or any bad habit. It can wipe it out overnight. It can wipe it out just like that. But it's our level of acceptance. What happens is we go to that fountain with just a little bit of acceptance, and so we get a little bit of power to kind of maybe gradually get off of drugs or alcohol or anything where whatever it is, might even be too much caffeine in coffee or too much eating too much or whatever it is, and we'll get a little bit of power out of that, and so we'll be able to kind of begin to cut back gradually and all. But we don't gain the power to immediately just lay it down, because we haven't received the total power that is in that rivers of living water. We've only received part of it. That's the reason why we're still having a struggle. Once you receive that full jolt of that power, I'll tell you what, I have felt that jolt of healing power, and I've seen other people that were hooked on everything from heroin to ecstasy to cocaine to everything else get a jolt of that power and lay it down that very day, and the very next day rejoicing in the Lord and never having another thought about a drug from then on. I've seen it happen over and over and over again. Don't tell me it can't happen. It might have taken us a few hours. Sometimes we sit up all night praying with that individual to get that, but once he got that jolt, that was it. There was no more. Not another instance of drug or drinking at all. It is instantaneously wiped out, and it was a greater joy, 100 times greater a joy of rejoicing all day long after that, and never a thought to turn back, never even an inkling of thought to ever to change your mind or go back on it or even be tempted to it. Totally wiped out. And so don't tell me you can't receive a total healing from any drug.